The views and opinions expressed on this station do not reflect the owners, management, staff, clients, or partners. Medical House presents Bermuda's most viewed and listened to talk show. The Daily Hour starts now.
Do you know what today? No, wrong song. That's anniversary. Happy birthday
Day to ya.
Happy birthday. You're trying to
to-
go, huh?
sorry.
I mean, this was supposed to be so low. Like, like you can't be just jumping on. Well, anyway, go ahead, Carly. You're known as the singer. Go ahead. Let me step aside, actually.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, I got it out.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. It's a special day. I think she's the first to have a birthday fall on the day of an episode. So on that note, please join us, everybody, in wishing our dear friend and colleague, Sherry Lynn Pringle, SLP, the lady with the voice, larger than life, voice bigger than her stature. Give her the birthday wishes she deserves. Happy New Year, my friend.
Can I have
And
some
such
applause,
a beautiful smile today, Sherry. You look absolutely beautiful. And I'm not saying it because it's your birthday. You look stunning.
please? This is what 57 looks like, okay? Take it or leave it.
5 to the 7. 5
Yes.
to the 7.
Yes.
Well,
Good.
Actually, let me introduce people to the day. It's Thursday, the 15th day, Sherry Lynn's birthday. Welcome to the Daily Hour, 15th day of October, sorry. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House and Linda's. I'm Jamel Hartman. That's Carla Zool. And that's the birthday girl, Sherry Lynn Pringle. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. If you haven't already, you know what to do. It's a party in here today, so share the link, start a watch party, just get the conversation out there, because if not, people are going to start emailing Shari talking about why you didn't invite me to your party and all that. You know how we are. Today we have another talented Bermuda, though, Tashel Bean, stopping by for a conversation. I can admit that I was watching some episodes last night, and I'm stuck on this one episode in Loquat City. Oh, you don't know what Loquat City is, right? Well, we'll talk to him about it. Carla, you know what? You and Shari watched it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I watched the episode last. I loved it. I think it should be on Bermuda National TV. I loved it.
Channel 82.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Loquat City, baby. Daily Players are named that place. So I just hope on her birthday, that she gives Carla and I a gift that doesn't make us look silly. All right? So that's out of the way. So anyway, back to your birthday. Look, I'm a firm believer in celebrating every birthday like it's a milestone. 21st, see people. I remember I had a party for like my 29th or something. Remember that one, Carla, up Newstead? And people were like, "What is it? Your 30th or 25th?" No, it's just another birthday. Like I celebrate them. We don't know if we're gonna get to see another one. Your celebration doesn't have to mean a party with people who don't like you either.
At least talk about your feet.
You know what I'm saying? It could be with people like us that, and the viewers and listeners, the audience for this show. So we hope that this is a good start to your 57th year being here with us. Thankfully, you didn't call in sick or take the day off.
It's actually, if I was in the Royal Gazette obituary pages, it'll be my 58th year.
Oh, this is true. Yes, 58th year once you hit 57. What?
I know it's morbid, Carla.
You know what?
I know. I'm like, okay, way to bring me up and then drop me down.
I know, but we got to get this straight, right? But
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited today. I really am. I love birthdays. I love my birthday. I normally don't work on my birthday, but I will do a little bit today. But I just want to know, what are you drinking? Because I have rum swizzle, and then we have some Patron over there. And I don't know if you all have tried this Patron coffee. I keep it in
It's
my
pipe cleaner.
I
Patrona
keep it
alone
in
is
my I
horrible.
keep it in my freezer. It is just divine. It's like, instead of having a cup of coffee, just have a shot of that. It's Exo Cafe. Divine. Yeah,
Isn't it 8 o'clock in the morning?
doesn't matter. I am
Don't worry,
drink-
I'll tell you a secret. I had cider for your birthday at 9:30. I ran a hot bath and had a can of cider. I was like, you know what? It's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world this afternoon. So yeah. See, we're relatives. It's hereditary.
It's hereditary. Yeah, we're alcoholics. Jamal, fix your face, or are you frozen?
No, I'm not frozen. I'm
I
just
saw his eyes blink.
I'm still stuck on the gasoline that you have there. That is
I know,
Patron.
Patron's horrible.
And that
Right.
one.
I
This
cannot
is it
even
right
see
here.
all of that. Well, here's my drink for you. This is my drink for you. Look good. Gatorade Zero. No, but check it. For my Gatorade Zero, I'm gotta say this because before we came on air, Char's like, oh, what are you on this morning? So guess what happened? Four something this morning, woke up and the gym is back open, first time since March, right? So I gotta tell you the story about the gym this morning, you guys. Gotta tell you the story. You know I'm got a story. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna be the only one in there that early. And anybody that knows me knows I love doing weights, right? Not to look good, it's just something for me to do. That's a nice activity. So I'm in there, and if you know the old Jamal, now keep in mind, he was a bit of chauvinist. He would go to the gym, be on a machine, and if a lady was next to him on a machine, he would make sure that she could not outdo him, right? That's the old Jamal. I'm not like that no more, right? But when I went into the gym this morning, these youth, they look like they were probably college age, right? They're trying to outlift me.
Oh no.
Well, Big Papa Pump. Yeah,
Papa Pop?
Big Papa Pump had to go to work. And you all, I ain't
He's in
what I
bed.
was back in March. I ain't what I was back in March. Big Papa Pump's a little sore right now. But all that to say, after showing up these young people, I left the gym and I was walking, and it's very dark out there as I'm taking my little walk, jog home. And I felt somebody running up on me. And it was one of the little young youth man. And he says, "Oh, you left your phone." And I said, "Oh, thank you. Because I thought you wanted something. An arm wrestling match or something. I thought you wanted an arm wrestling match or something." But no, so the youth man was very good. He helped me out. And
How
so,
many
Sherry.
can you have in there?
Huh?
How many? What's the limitations in gyms now? In Florida, it probably is what, 200?
Well, this is a lawless state when it comes to stuff like that. And to be honest, I didn't even see the email. I was just told it was opening back up at 4:30 a.m. today. And I went. I did take my mask, but I didn't see people wearing masks, so I didn't put my mask on.
Sherry, but the part is missing out, right? Is that he was relieved it was his fair because he told me a different ending. When we talked earlier, he said, "Girl, I was so tired. I don't know how I was going to fight that boy off. My arms was so sore." So he does a different story for the audience, but that's not what he told me this morning. He was like, "Girl."
Jamal,
You see how I was just trying to make me look like, I ain't the champion of the gym? You see how I was just trying to clown me like I'm not Big Papa Pump? Anyway, Big Papa Pump left the gym feeling a bit stronger this morning. All right. No, like I said, I'll admit, I ain't who I was back in March, but I'm going to get there, folks. Work to be done. I'll be back there this afternoon. Don't worry.
You go twice in a day?
No, I don't, Carla, but I've got months to make up for.
Big Papa.
So, but real quickly, want to switch gears really, really quickly while my arms relax and rest. So yesterday, I put a post up, guys, on my Facebook about redundancies, just stating that we all need to do a better job of preparing for redundancy. And I just want to, I don't think a couple people understood what I meant, right? And when I said that, some people drew conclusions thinking that I meant maybe saving money. And so some people were like, well, how can you do that in a place like Bermuda? Preparing for redundancy has nothing to do with saving. Well, I shouldn't say it has nothing to do with saving money, but that's not the core of what I'm talking about. I'm going to share a story with you guys. When I was working at a previous job, right? I loved it. They loved me, and they just thought I was best thing since sliced bread. They allowed me freedom to do a lot of stuff at the company, and we were successful together. But one day, my boss walked in, and he saw me working on my resume, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" Right? But he said, "You're a smart man," and I said, "Yeah. I mean, although we have a mutually beneficial, great relationship, anything can happen. Anything." The company can be bought and redundancies come. You may feel like you want to go to a different reorganize and do stuff differently. So that's where I was at that time in that job, always preparing for a next move. I also took various courses while I was employed, courses that didn't necessarily apply to what I was doing, right? So what I mean when I say we need to do a better job preparing for redundancy is we need to understand our pivot. There was an article I shared a couple months ago from LinkedIn where it says, people, if you lost jobs, say, for instance, in hotels, what were you doing in a hotel? Oh, you worked as a bartender. Well, you may have knowledge to be a merchandise salesperson for a alcohol distributor, right? So this we have to think beyond our circumstances to really, meet these challenges head on. I don't have all the answers. I know from my personal situation, from when I was made redundant, I know my mistake was not focusing more of my spare time on my core businesses rather than being on social media, wasting time going back and forth with people. I know that most of my time could have been spent doing more courses versus, again, being on social media, arguing about sports. This is not saying you don't have a life, but time management. We cannot continue to look at ourselves as victims when we honestly can see what's happening and we can be better prepared for it. That's my point. That's my only point. And I've seen a lot of people who have made a lot of money for other people who honestly can do it for themselves. But again, not everyone is interested in entrepreneurship, but there are other opportunities that are going to be out there for you. Don't believe. And another thing, I think I have to say this before you guys jump in. Stop believing in this old time thought that you cannot change careers later on in life. Just because you've been working in a certain industry does not mean that you can't change to another one and be just as successful or more. So we've got to, redundancies are going to happen, folks. This is the world we're living in. It may not have nothing to do with the pandemic or the economy, but companies may use it as an excuse to streamline and do stuff. And in my opinion, a lot of Bermudian companies are actually generous because they haven't gone automated in a lot of respects. So we've got to do better for ourselves. We really do. But back to you guys have anything to say on that? Because I just want to get back to the birthday celebration.
I've never been redundant, so Sherry.
We've shared before, I've been made redundant twice. And so I really, really can understand what these people feel. But you're going to get through the 7 stages of grief and you're going to be a real monster. And then one day you're going to wake up and say, this is what I'm going to do. And you know what? If what this you're going to do doesn't work out for you, do something else. But exactly. I know after that second redundancy, I said I will never work a traditional job again, because if somebody had tapped me on the shoulder a third time and said, we're making you redundant, I swear I would have gone postal. So I am so happy with what I decided to do. And it was just take what I've been doing all my life. And
but I think going back to Carla, before you jumped in, Carla says, well, I've never been redundant. But the whole point is not that you've been redundant, but being prepared for redundancy. You feel me? So I just want people to be prepared. Just start doing things now. Even if you have a job where you feel, look, I'm going to talk to people in government. Because Carla mentioned when we had the union on, there's this thing where people think that people in government have jobs for life and so on. But I definitely want to focus on that, because you may not be made redundant, but your pay may be slashed so much that you're not able to go out and have those weekend drinks and socialization with people. We have to we have to psychologically prepare for what's to come, even though we may not agree with it. Carla, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I've been in a space of working towards redundant, like as if I'm in redundancy for 8 years now. So I understand. I was just looking at the psychological with what Sherry said, and I think, just real quick, I think sometimes it's people think it's easy for you to say because, especially during this time, I heard about the 50 recently. That's got to be daunting during these times, and I think more stories like this need to be told, sharing, so that people do feel from the human side that it can be okay.
Yeah.
That's my thing. The human. I'm very big on the human side of things.
The human element is important. All right. So don't forget, we have we know Carla's screen's frozen, but I wasn't going to call her out, folks. You all.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
You all are
can see
so
me moving.
rude. Just calling Carla out. We were going to tell her on the side, but look, like I said before, we love popsicles, so it's okay that she's frozen. We're having some rum swizzle popsicles for Shara's birthday. Real quickly before we get to the news, Charles H. Jeffers too says, in my opinion, the most important thing to prepare for in redundancy is the psychological aspect. Get your mind right. David Michael R. Wilson says also have or set up a good support system. Important. I agree. Tamara Richardson says a large portion of confidence in brackets in your abilities and preparation in themselves and their abilities. I hope people do take heed and redouble efforts to prepare mentally and in reality for changes in the economy that are coming down the pipeline.
Exactly.
This is not a might or may. This is what is coming, folks. It's time to readjust our lives and expectations on what may happen. Carla, are you ready for the news? She's frozen.
Am I still frozen? Because
No,
can you hear me though? See, I'm not frozen in my screen.
Carla,
technology drives me crazy.
Carla, you said, can we hear you? I don't know if that's the fortunate or unfortunate part, but yes, we can. Oh, my goodness.
You know what? I think my internet just crashed. Good day.
All right. Well, look, as long as we can hear your voice and the people can understand the message that you are getting across during the news break, let's go for it. Don't forget, we have Tashel Bean, talented Bermudian artist, coming up after the news. Here we go.
The Bermuda Police Service is investigating the discovery of several packages of suspected controlled drugs found in waters near the Reefs Resort and Club on South Road in Southampton. The first package was found by a visitor to the island while snorkeling just off the hotel beach shortly before 1 p.m. on Monday. Police were informed, officers attended, and secured the item. Meanwhile, a second package was later found at Marley Beach in Warwick around 4 p.m. on the same date by a member of public who handed in the item to the police. Police officers, with the assistance of the Bermuda Coast Guard, subsequently conducted an extensive search of the area, resulting in a third package being located just off Marley Beaches. An investigation into these finds continue. The Bermuda Police Service is appealing to any member of the public who may have witnessed any suspicious activity in the waters off the South Shore recently to please call 211 or the main police number 295-0011. A farmer's mission to see mini farming adopted in Bermuda had yet to be fully embraced before the COVID-19 pandemic hit. But interest in Chris Ferrier's grow bio-intensive method of farming has blossomed as people began to take responsibility for their food security and look for ways to grow their food 7 months into the new norm. Mr. Ferrier is the founder of Agri Living, which will offer an introductory workshop on sustainable farming on October 24th at Tivoli Gardens on Middle Road in Warwick. Meanwhile, reality star and socialite Paris Hilton joined a protest held in a bid to shut down a controversial American boarding school for troubled children used by the Bermuda government. Ms. Hilton, who spent almost a year at Provo Canyon School in Utah when she was 17, was among hundreds of others at a demonstration outside of the school last week. The Hilton Hotel's Harris, 39, claims she suffered mental and physical abuse during her 11 months at Provo Canyon between 1998 and 1999, and she described the experience as torture. She claimed she was beaten, forced to take pills, watched when she showered, and locked up in solitary confinement as punishment. Provo Canyon featured in a list of institutions that children in care were sent to by the Department of Child and Family Services in Bermuda between 2010 and 2015. The department provided a list of responses to a Royal Gazette's 2016 public access to information request. A later PADI response showed that children from Bermuda were not sent to the facility between January 15 and February 2020. Do you guys know what today is besides Sherry's birthday?
Something to do with being frozen or something?
Listen, I do not control the internet. Conflict Resolution Day is a global event intended to promote the concept of peaceful conflict resolution. Created in 2005 by the Association for Conflict Resolution, it is now an annual celebration. The Association for Conflict Resolution, alongside various independent organizations, host informative events all over the world, so check the event listings in your area and see if you can attend one. Now turning to weather with a mix of sun and clouds, Bermuda's expected high today is 81. Toronto, Canada will see a high of 61 and 56 in Brighton, UK. And don't forget, Medical House is your #1 source of PPE supplies, masks, face shields, disinfectants, sanitizers, glove gowns, no-touch thermometers, and so much more at the lowest prices. Visit Medical House today at 22 Millreach Lane in Pembroke. And on a programming note, don't forget to tune in to the full100radio.com tonight for nighttime jams featuring some of your favorite romantic classics. That's your daily hour frozen news break.
All righty.
You're not frozen to me.
No, she's not right now. On this birthday episode, we'll be right back with talented Bermudian Tashel Bean to talk about his work, as well as look. It's getting heavy, me trying to press these buttons, you guys. I think I have to go get on the spot something today. Something ain't right. But leg day is tomorrow or tonight. Oh, anyway, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with the talented Tashel Bean.
Good day, Medical House Doris speaking. Can I help you?
Medical House is Bermuda's leading one-stop shop for healthcare. Bermuda's top doctors, dentists, care homes, and the hospital choose Medical House for a wide range of products.
Anything that we ask them to do, they come through.
These same professional quality products are available to you for home healthcare.
If we can use them, we definitely do so.
Medical House is best known for its uniforms and footwear. It also has restaurant uniforms that stand up to even the toughest shifts. If you're on your feet all day, Medical House has comfortable and stylish shoes that are also durable and easy to clean. Everyone needs some help cleaning up, and Medical House has got it. Leading-edge janitorial, facility, and maintenance supplies are all here. Medical House is on Millreach Lane in Pembroke, where there's private parking right outside the door. Call or visit Medical House today.
Humans have been harvesting the tuna fish for over 2,000 years, probably first from the Mediterranean, casting nets from the shore. The ever-increasing demand for tuna reached its highest point in the early 1950s, and the catch statistics reflected a saddening downward turn in the tuna population. Modern seafood companies like Crown Prince have responded by driving initiatives which increase sustainability of the schools of one of the world's favorite fish. Try Crown Prince albacore tuna in water. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
All right, welcome back to the big show. Carla Zul, the birthday lady, Sherry Lynn Pringle, and myself, Jamel Hartman. It is the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House and Lindo's. Don't forget, you can catch us throughout the internet from Facebook to YouTube to Twitter and Twitch. Also on Channel 82. Thanks again to Crimson Multimedia and Lamone Woods for making that happen and giving us, our audience, the option to always catch us there, as well as the Full 100 Radio via the app, of course, or just going to the website, full100radio.com. We're going to bring in Bermuda's talented Tashel Bean, who has a series. I'm just obsessed with Loquat City. I think it's because I haven't had a Loquat in quite a while. So, but it's quite, actually, you know what? Let's do this before we bring him on. Let's do this. I just want to show a clip to people so they get an idea of what we're talking about. So let's bring up a clip of my boy Raz. Raz, I love it. This is talent, you guys. You don't understand. Let's look at Raz. Here we go. Let's look at Raz.
Freeze, small child. Firstly, I'm gonna give you a warning. An 11-year-old riding around on a motorbike, definitely illegal.
Oh, about
And
that.
secondly, where's your mask? We're in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, you know. What's your name, child?
Wow, another person who doesn't know we exist. What a surprise. I'm Raz, and this is Mango. We're the loquat hunters, as featured here in this book, The Crystal Cave, available where books are sold.
I don't care about your shameless plugs. I'm gonna be keeping my eye on you, lizard boy.
Who did the policeman remind you of? Who was the first person you thought of?
Quite a few, actually. So I'm gonna be honest, quite a few.
Gary Moreno.
That's who I thought of.
That's what I thought of too. And then of course I made him Gary Moreno, so that was like that's all I saw.
I mean, he's almost in that space. Without further ado, let's bring in Tashel to the conversation. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you for having me. Happy birthday, Miss Sherilyn.
Thank you. I just found out we're actually cousins.
Oh, okay. My mother told me last night. So
yeah, I didn't realize it. I'm like, wow. Okay, so I owe you some birthday gifts.
No, thank you.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, I mean, since you're cousins, I mean, where's her gift? I mean, you can't just show up to
what had happened was
his gift was introducing us to this amazing series. I'm like so hooked.
Oh, thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's quite, and look, it's quite fascinating for me to actually watch something that like that, because growing up, I mean, I'm a bit younger than these other two folks to show, but when I was growing up on Saturday mornings, it was Muppet Babies and stuff like that. They might have been a bit on black and white cartoons. And stuff.
No, Fat Albert. Remember Fat Albert?
That was before my time, Carla.
I'm Tom and Jerry, Roadrunner, and Casper the Ghost, and any cartoon you can name. That's me. I was a comic book cartoon junkie.
I think, you know, and saying that, Tashel, I think this is the first relatable thing that I've seen, and mind you, almost 30 years after my day. But thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving Bermudians something to, you know, I have to use this example. It has nothing to do with this, but it reminds me of when Barack Obama became president. It was the first time a lot of young black children saw someone in a position like that. Like, maybe that could be me. So when you create something like this with a Bermudian accent, right? Mm-hmm. Even the police officer with the West Indian accent, it reflects our reality a lot. So it's appreciated. And trust me, I'll be getting my niece onto it and getting her feedback.
That's definitely a compliment. Thank you.
No problem. But let's get into the conversation. There are so many different paths that young people in Bermuda are advised to take, right? You have reinsurance, accounting, a lot of things in hospitality. Why did you choose the path that you chose?
Well, for me, I guess I always think about, you know, life is pretty short. I'm only 26, but it feels like it happened like that. And I decided this little bit of time that I have on Earth, I really want to use it in a way that makes me happy and makes other people happy. And I guess I could have done the typical 9-to-5 thing. I probably wouldn't have been very good at it, but I also wouldn't have been very happy. So I decided to just go for the things that I love to do. Whether that was smart or not, I don't know, but it makes me happy. So.
Now, let me say this. I watched that episode yesterday, and reading an article on you, you said you didn't want it to be heavily Bermudanized, but I thought it was so, like, it took me back. I thought it was awesome, and I think that it should be in every household in Bermuda. So you need to find a way to do that. But my question is this with Raz, who or what was your motivation for creating that character?
I kind of just wanted to create like a mascot-y character. And right now in Western animation, things are very cynical. And I think I wanted to kind of create something that wasn't quite like that. And besides, in Bermuda, we're pretty far behind, you know, kind of the trends and stuff. And I don't really think people would have been here for me doing this subversive take on the kid main character. So I decided to just kind of play it straight. And he's a little bit based off of me if I was a little bit more of an optimist.
Now, you spoke also of the cartoon being a way to offer the creation of it, offering some relief for mental health challenges. How was creating Raz therapeutic for you?
Well, I have a lot of anxiety and I suffer from, we could talk about that another day. Let's keep it light on birthday party day. But like I said, I could have just done the typical 9 to 5, whatever job, but me kind of living my dream in a way, that kind of helps me get through a lot of the problems going on in the world, especially right now, this year, all the stuff that's been going on in the media. I was just in Atlanta a couple of months ago when the George Floyd situation happened. And sometimes things like this are just an escape for me. I definitely use it sometimes to get things off my chest, but I kind of just use it as escapism. Let's get away from reality. Reality is depressing enough. Let's come to Loquat City. Let's come to Loquat Island and just have some fun.
I can't tell you how much I enjoy it. And really quickly, I'll let you know that I collect things for my future grandchildren because my daughter keeps putting off. And so I am getting your book, and my grandchildren will be watching every episode. And hopefully by that time, you'll have about 20 or 30 out there. But you were awarded a grant of $5,000 in 2018 to help with distribution of your new series. How important is financial community support to artists, and what can those who want to support you but don't have money do to assist?
It's extremely important because as much as I say I love to do this, this doesn't exactly pay the bills, which is why I also do freelance motion graphics. But it is important because anybody that wants to support me right now, the biggest thing you can do is just watch my stuff. I heard Jamal yesterday mention that he wouldn't turn his show into a subscription base, and I think that's probably the best decision. I probably wouldn't make regular people pay to watch Raz, but the best thing you can do for me is to watch my stuff. Unfortunately, I'm still kind of a nobody, so my views are not through the roof. So in order to get people to come on board, I need to be able to prove that people are interested in this. Something that you guys mentioned yesterday that really stood out to me was that Steve Jobs didn't look at data, and he just created what he thought needed to be made, and people came to it. And I guess that's kind of what I did. Like I didn't know if there was an appetite for something like this, and I didn't actually really care. I just wanted to make it, and the reception has been pretty positive so far. So I decided to just keep going with that. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, real quickly, if you don't mind me popping in, but I just want to let people know, because a lot of comments are coming through, where they can find it, and we'll definitely share the various episodes on our social media platforms. And I just want to say to you that this whole platform was created so that we can collaborate with people and give them opportunities to grow. We want to see you do well. We've taken the responsibility to look at folks like you and say, you know what? We want to help where we can. And trust me, we love it. We believe in what you're doing. So you have a fan and you have a friend in us that's going to help you do that. Go ahead, Sharon.
Thank you.
Okay, so you have been involved in the Bermuda International Film Festival for many years. How has this inspired and influenced your career? And how did it feel to see your work on the big screen for the first time during a festival?
Oh, I like that question. So when I was working with BIF, the Bermuda International Film Festival, a lot of people don't know this, and I guess I'm kind of doing their PR for them right now, but the winning short in the festival actually gets sent for consideration to the Academy Awards. So when I was there in 2018, 3 of the films that we showed, our winner and our runner-up, were nominated for Academy Awards that year. And so I guess being a part of a team that helped somebody realize their dreams kind of made me realize, like, I mean, I love helping other people, and I'm not stopping doing that, but I kind of wasn't taking any care of myself. So I decided I need to do that for me. I need to make sure that I see my thing on the big screen. I don't know, maybe one day I could be nominated for an Oscar. And watching my short, I think the 5th episode played in BIF the following year, and hearing the audience just like crack up at all the jokes, it was so gratifying. I'd actually never done that before. I've only watched Raz in very small settings with friends and family, who, you know, I know we're only laughing because they get me and they get my sense of humor, but to see people that don't know me still understand my weird sense of humor and laugh was really gratifying.
That's wonderful. I mean, I just want to know, where did the word bimpert come from, though? I've heard it used, but it's definitely generational, because I don't think I ever called anybody a bimpert when I was growing up.
You know,
that's all I call people.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I don't know. Ever since I was young, it was an insult. Bimpert's like dummy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
It's definitely a Bermudian thing.
Definitely.
Is.
I've never heard anybody else say that but us.
Yeah, some of the Bermudian words in your episodes were just like hilarious. I was like drawn into it. So now you are a published author, a filmmaker, a director, a graphic designer, a true creative. What's next for Tashel Bean, and what's most exciting about what you do?
Well, I want to continue doing this. I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design for film directing, and I concentrated in screenwriting. And I did a couple of motion graphics courses. I've always wanted to do animation, but I didn't really think I'd be capable of doing it myself. And I guess now that I've done it, I want to just keep doing that. But I want to evolve it. I like Raz a lot, but I feel that I have a lot to say right now, considering all the things that are going on. And Raz probably isn't the best medium to talk about politics and controversial things. So actually, this is the first time I'm saying this, publicly. I am working on an animated sitcom that's a little bit more adult oriented. Think about like Flintstones or The Simpsons. I would say South Park, but that turns a lot of people off because it's vulgar. But something more in that vein. And so if you follow me on any of my social medias, I will be updating you on that soon. I know a lot of people that I speak to are interested in doing something like this. When COVID hit, a lot of production stopped, but something like animation, if you're tactical about it, can kind of thrive through this. So I'm excited to see what other people do, and hopefully that inspires me to keep going. And yeah, I'll keep you all abreast of what else I'm working on.
For sure, definitely. I want to just let some people know, because we have had a few people in the audience asking, where can they find your work? Like, what's the name to find your work to support it?
So everything is it's The Adventures of Raz. The website is theadventuresofraz.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/The Adventures of Raz. The Instagram is @The Adventures of Raz. And same thing with me. If you want to see my stuff outside of Raz, Tashel Bean. My Facebook's Tashel Bean. My Instagram's @Tashel B. I'm probably the only Tashel that spells it this way, at least. So, and I'm definitely the only male Tashel. So it's very easy to find my stuff.
All right. Real quickly, there are so many people. I know in particular of a couple who wanted to go to school, for instance, to do something like what you've done, but maybe they were told, no, you have to study accounting or law, or, something that they weren't interested in, but something that they were told would give them a career. What advice would you give young people who are in that position?
I just say, think about what you want to get out of this. If you're one of those type of people who is okay with this maybe not financially paying off right away, and you really do not want to spend your life doing something that makes you miserable, if you can afford to kind of take this different alternative route, I say go for it. If you are a person that needs that type of financial gratitude and you are not willing to put in that work, I'm gonna just be blunt with you. I wouldn't even say bother with it. There's a lot of payless efforts, a lot of sleepless nights. You have to deal with constant criticism. If you are a person that needs like constant gratification, this probably is not the industry for you. Just to be honest about that.
Indeed. We have a comment here I just wanted to read to you. It's from Dijon Simmons, and he said, "Don't think you're a nobody. You never know who is watching or has you in mind for projects." And I want to touch on that as well, because yesterday I shared a tweet and I said, build your brand beyond the people who know you. I don't think this is necessarily tapped into the conscience of many Bermudians. I love Bermudians. I love Bermuda. and I appreciate the Bermudians who support what we do. In truth, I probably only know 10% of the people who watch the Daily Hour, and that's great. I don't expect my friends who mainly are sports guys to watch the Daily Hour. It's not necessarily what they want to do. It's a bonus if they do. But I think Dijon's comment is so important because when we talk about we don't know who's watching, we really don't know whose lives we're changing as well. When I watched that, I was like, this literally can inspire, and I used the Barack Obama example, young Bermudians to not only want to create stuff like this, but be a part of it. Might be reaching out to you to say, how can I get a character in this, or be a voiceover actor? And it's you never know. So I just want to encourage you on the back of what Dijon's saying.
That means a lot, especially coming from Dijon. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, that was mostly a bit of self-deprecating humor, but yeah, I appreciate that because you guys, again, you brought up Steve Jobs yesterday, and I think Lamone actually brought up Black Panther, and it's really fascinating to see something like Black Panther, how much that inspired young people. And if people had worried about what was going to do well, and well, the chart says, they probably wouldn't have done Black Panther, or Wakanda, as Lamone called it, because a movie with a predominantly Black cast has never made $1 billion. And I would argue it's because they don't try, because the first time they tried, it did. So I thank you for that. I think I went off on a little bit of a tangent, but thank you for that.
Oh, no. Trust me. The only one that goes on tangents here is me. I mean, my phone blows up on that from somebody in another room. But anyway, but no, I appreciate this, and I'm thankful that on such a short notice you were able to come and have this conversation, because I know we had talked a couple weeks ago, but I felt on the back of the conversation with Lamone, this was just a perfect segue into what you're doing. And you mentioned Steve Jobs, and to be clear, folks, I always tell people, data tells us a lot. It tells us how we're doing. What data does not tell you is how to respond to what you're doing. And that's where you have to be innovative and creative. I think we get people in spaces right now who get data and pretty much let the data tell them how to respond. That's not a winning formula. And so Steve Jobs, keep in mind, I guarantee probably 90% of the people, although I don't have an iPhone, I have a Mac, right? 90% of the people who are tuned into this show likely have had or have an Apple product. Had Steve Jobs asked anyone if they wanted to have music on a phone or a calculator or like all this stuff in one, you would have probably said no, because you didn't want all of these things in one. Had he asked, done research that way? No, he didn't do that. What he did was he said, you know what? My daughter has a CD Discman. I wonder if I can find a way to get all these songs on one little device. And he did it. And then the phones came, and then so on and so on. And keep in mind, he was not in those industries. Those industries were dominated by people like Nokia, right?
Yep.
So I appreciate what you've shared with us today. I appreciate your work ethic, your plans for the future. And I think I speak for the birthday girl, Carla, and my other colleagues. We're here to support you, my friend. And
thank you.
Do not be afraid to reach out to ask us what we can do to help you when you're releasing a project. Even if it's not releasing a project, if you need advice, some of us may have information that we can utilize to help. Of course, Dijon. I like to use Dijon and Bermeems as an example. Another example of creative power. There are mediums in Bermuda that could have used Dijon and probably overlooked them. And to me, what they've done is gone above those mediums and created something even better. So please continue to use your talent to inspire and drive a generation of creatives, because we need you, and we're here to support what we need. All right.
Thank you.
Tashel, a question. Tashel, do you have a donation button on your website?
I did, but I got rid of it. I felt weird asking for money from regular people, considering all that was going on. I was personally affected when COVID hit, so I decided that was definitely inappropriate considering all that was going on. I guess maybe I'll put it back up, but right now I didn't think that was very appropriate.
Gotcha. That's good to know as well. But we'll be in touch in terms of how people may be able to support you through sponsorship, partnership, any way that we can help you financially. Because like you said, we do it for love, but at the end of the day, we still have to be able to make a living. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for that button.
Tashel Bean, everyone. You can check on Facebook. We'll post it on, again on our Facebook link on its own, as well as Twitter, so you all can go and check out his videos. Remember, let's get his views up. Let's share it. Let's support it. Let's do what we asked you to do for this. Let's get him going. Let's support a talented young Bermudian. Tashel Bean, thanks again for taking the time to do this with us.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
No problem.
Have a great day.
All right, have a great day, you all.
Thank you.
Oh, I appreciated that. And
you know what I like, Mel?
Mm-hmm.
The quality, the quality of the aesthetic quality of it, because sometimes we think, oh, if it's not produced in Bermuda, it's not great. Mm-hmm. And that's what impressed me. Like, that could be found on Cartoon Network or any major network. The quality of it was awesome. But I like the dry humor, because I'm corny. Like when the policeman was like, put on your mask, and then he did it again. And then he said, of course, you haven't heard of us. Like, I just loved it, because I think everyone should go. Let's get his, let's do a challenge. Let's like his stuff on YouTube so that he can become monetized. Let's do that.
So yes, so subscribe, folks.
Subscribe.
We're gonna share it. Make sure you subscribe to his page. And look, I want to extend this offer to any talented Bermudians who believe that we can help you and give you a platform. That's what we're here for. We have to collaborate and assist in what you're trying to achieve. We have to. We look, at the end of the day, we are all we have. We are all we have. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to do what we can to not just encourage you, but put our money where our mouth is and offer our space to talented people who are doing what they love and want to make a living doing it. Real quickly, though, Carla, you're just stealing the thunder, huh? Uncle Jimmy says, happy birthday, Carla.
I saw that.
Sorry, you want to say anything? Or
Uncle Jimmy, it's my birthday. Carla's birthday is in May. It's my day today.
I saw that and I giggled. I was like, I'll take it. And here's the glasses for you, darling.
It's so funny that your mother's birthday was yesterday, though. I didn't realize our birthdays were so close.
There you go.
You got an ill. Yours birthdays have been a year apart for however many years, and you forgot. I think she's been drinking that Patron. I think she had a little tipple on that Patron.
No, she's just got that adult juice right there. She's got that adult juice. Yeah.
MJB.
Yeah. They don't know about all that there.
All you need now is a full100.com night.
Oh my goodness. This is the nighttime jam spot. So, folks, just want to say, I'll never forget a quick story for you when in relation to Tashel, real quick. So when I was in college, I actually double majored. And reason I double majored is because, I wanted to do radio, and there just were not that many opportunities in Bermuda. So I was actually pushed towards doing business. I mean, I liked it, but once I got the opportunity to dual major, and I'll tell you why I actually got that opportunity to dual major, because a new radio station had started in Bermuda, company opened called Inter-Island Communications. No, I didn't know anybody at Inter-Island Communications, and I didn't know if I would get hired. But what it did was I was able to convince my mother and others to let me do a dual major so that I can get some experience. And I actually started working in radio in the US, started at Radio Disney, and then I went to a country radio station. And then I actually ended up working for 3.5 years at Inter-Island Communications because the opportunities were there. But I say that to say that when I went to school, I was also convinced not to do what I really wanted to do because there supposedly weren't any opportunities there. I didn't even think at the time, well, if there's no opportunities, I can probably create them. That wasn't my mindset. And when I talk about cultural mindset shifts, that's what I mean. Like we have to, if the opportunities are not there to be an employee, Maybe there's something as a side hustle to be an employer, not necessarily an employer, but work for yourself and do things with all the opportunities to be a podcaster or freelancer. Fiverr.com. It's success is there. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the daily play and the inspirational quote of the day, and then we're going to have a toast to Shari. That sounds good. Yeah, toast to Shari with my what's this? Gatorade Zero. I thought it was Powerade. I think I might have said Powerade earlier.
Medical House presents The Daily Hour, Bermuda's most viewed and listened to talk show. Join the crew live weekdays at noon in the UK, 8 a.m. in Bermuda, and 7 a.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time as they host experts to discuss various hot topics of the day. The Daily Hour is engaging.
What you do is you stand there and you look confused, and they say, "You want to play?" And you're like, eh.
Entertaining.
What the
Informative.
Having a growth mindset means that you're open to feedback. You're open to continuously learning.
And everything else you didn't know you needed.
Hello, it's me. I've been wondering. I was not expecting that. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Carla,
the bleep one gets me all the time. The bleep, bleep, bleep. That is so crazy.
Yeah. Carla made it happen. She made it happen.
What was it I said? I had never been to a Connie game. That's what it was.
Yeah, you certainly said that. You certainly said that. What you got for the daily play, Shari?
What I have, we are going to Europe.
At least we got a place.
Okay. It's about 38 square. This location in Europe, in this country, is about 38 square miles. Its population is about 504,000. It's the oldest city in Western Europe and one of the oldest cities in the world.
Can you give a food or something?
It's Rome.
The capital. It's the capital and the largest city in Portugal.
Oh,
it wasn't always the capital of Portugal.
Lisbon.
You got it.
Yeah, Lisbon. Well, hold on. Like if you could have said some food, like give me an idea. Hold on. I didn't even play my celebration. Hold on, sorry about that.
Your celebration?
Huh?
Your celebration?
There apparently is an I in team.
Remember what Kirby said? Shaq said. There's an M and an E in that. Mm-hmm.
Jamal, I was going to say, in 2014, the stadium here hosted the Champions League final between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Would that have helped you?
No. Can we do something now? Because this is for the sake of my sanity. Can we not mention any football for the next month or so?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're still salty? You're still salty.
Yes, that's a soft spot right now. Yeah, that's a soft spot.
Tink Tink needs a hug, Sherry, and a shot of Patron.
Not if it's going back to the gym.
Anyway,
what's everybody drinking?
Well, I mean, what you got, Carla?
I'm not giving them free advertisement, but I'm having another cider.
Does that have alcohol in it?
Yes.
Oh.
Why else would I drink it at 10 and 9:30 in the morning?
I mean, I have to, put the electrolytes because I, let out a lot of sweat today. So. Well, let's have the inspirational quote of the day. Then we'll have a toast to Shari.
You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Maya Angelou.
I agree.
Yeah, the late great Maya Angelou. Alrighty, so you're gonna do the toast? I wasn't prepared. I forgot it was her birthday. I'm joking.
We're just raising the glass. What's everybody in the audience drinking?
Yeah, what you raising in the audience? We want to hear from you all. Are you taking a toast? What's the toast? Well, let me do a toast, and then everyone else can share what they're drinking. So let me cover my advertisement. I'm not giving them free advertising, right? So cheers to another year around the sun to our dear friend and colleague, Shari. May this be your healthiest and happiest year, yet we are happy that we can celebrate it with you, even at this early part of the day where most normal people are not drinking alcohol yet. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Shari. Wishing you many, many more. You wear it well and continue to be a blessing in all of our lives. And we pray that the Thursday clues get better, damn it.
Jamal got it. He actually.
I don't care. Me.
Cheers.
Happy
all.
birthday for real.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure. I didn't realize my birthday would fall on a Thursday and I'd be on the air. But
Yeah, perfect timing.
yeah.
Because Carl, what day did your birthday fall on?
Mine was a Sunday and yours was a Saturday.
And Jack's was a Sunday, right?
Yes,
Mm.
yes, because we had
So,
to.
Shari, you know what? Where's our cake?
Soon come.
Look, here we are making a toast to her, and we don't even have like a birthday cake to eat, or no. Is ice cream and cake a Bermudian thing, or is that normal for most places?
It's all over the world.
It's everywhere. I'll
All
have
right.
ice cream and cake tonight. I'll send you pictures.
Oh, pictures. Oh, okay. That'll help us out. Yeah. So real quickly, just want to thank Tashel Bean once again for trusting us to have that conversation. Really love to see young people doing what they love, even though it's probably not one of the things that they're advised to do when they go off to take courses and want to make a career out of stuff in small places like Bermuda. But I'm wishing him well, and I hope that we can all support what he's trying to do. And I hope that it inspires young people to chase their dreams, follow their dreams, work for their dreams. So thank you again to Tashel. Shari, look, I might sniff an alcoholic beverage for you today. I might do that.
On that note with Tashel, I mean, he is so accomplished. You Google Tashel Bean and just all these articles come up, and I was really impressed. But what I was really surprised at is I had not heard about this. I had never heard about this adventure, and we have just got to start sharing and liking and getting the word out. I'm going to be hooked on this little adventure for as long as he writes them.
Indeed. I like it, and I'm gonna be watching. I think I have to finish watching an episode I was watching yesterday as well. On that note, any final words from you, Carla?
Again, happy birthday, Shari, and just for us to continue to uplift and support each other. Be kind.
Shari, what you got for him?
I just want to say happy birthday to all the fabulous Libras. I share a birthday with Cantuan Jennings and Tyrone Grant and several people. I could list them. I have about 11 people on my page. But just have a great day, everybody, and just celebrate life.
And let me share before we head out. Let me share what some of your friends are drinking this morning. They're drinking tea. They're drinking coffee, right? We have wine o'clock somewhere. We have water, H2O. Yep. We have more coffee. No one swizzle yet. Lemon and hot water.
Oh, well.
Add some vodka.
1 o'clock again. We have more tea. I'm not sure anyone's eating cake and ice cream at this early hour. But on that note, Shari, make it a good day.
Thank you.
Best day of the year. Thank you for celebrating it with us and not calling in sick, because Carla and I would have done that if it was our birthday. Joking. But no, enjoy your day. Make sure that you make it all about yourself for once. And to everyone, to Tashel and everyone who continues to support what we do, thank you. I cannot thank you enough for just giving us the time of day to do what we do. So on that note, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, Carla and myself will be back to do this again with you tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in to The Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House. All recorded episodes and highlights can be found at thedailyhour.com. Stay connected with us by following us at The Daily Hour on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.